Hold on, Rebecca. Were you serious when you said you were going to get married already? Before me? If you actually somehow did get married before me, you know that I would hold a grudge against you, right? Forever. Don't even think about it. You're acting too cocky. Just cut it out already.
Are you really trying to threaten me right now? I don't see the big deal in marrying before you, Yasmin. Even if you threaten me like that, it's not going to change anything. Don't you know that marriage happens naturally? You can't control the timing. I don't have to delay it. Whether I get married faster than you or you get married before me, it really isn't a big deal. You're my big sister. Marriage shouldn't be a race. Maybe you should take time to get married. No rush.
I can't believe you're saying this. You're being so snide just because you're getting married and I'm not. I'm different from you because I'm not in a hurry to get married like you are. You don't have many options, so you're settling down with whoever is available. Meanwhile, I have plenty of options. I'm taking all the time I can to examine each one of them. You wouldn't know much about that.
That's perfect then. Just wait for your marriage to happen naturally. As for me, I'm going to marry my high school sweetheart. We've been dating for basically forever. But Yasmin, you would be just as happy exploring your options and finding the best man among them. With marriage, who said quicker is better? It's different for everyone, isn't it?
Well, even if you say that to try to comfort me, I'm in a relationship right now that's going really well. I think we might even get married pretty soon. He's so smitten with me. Anyways, let me remind you that the most important thing is which one of us gets married first. If the youngest sister in the family gets married before the oldest, it isn't hard to imagine the crude things that people will say about me behind my back.
I promise you, nobody's going to be thinking of you negatively just because I got married before you did. It's going to be okay. It's just that my marriage is a relatively early one. Look at the friends around me. Not many of them are married yet, too. You have nothing to worry about. I'm just an unusual case.
What do you mean it's going to be okay, or you have nothing to worry about? Instead of trying to comfort me, why don't you take matters into your own hands? This problem could be solved if you would just look out for me and not get married.
Huh? Are you seriously saying that right now, Yasmin? Are you asking me to wait until your marriage to continue with mine?
It's common sense in a situation like this. Also, it would be a good test to see if your husband really loves you. If he can't agree with you and wait for the wedding, your marriage is bound to fail. I think it's better to think through your marriage before you become a divorcee in the future.
I can't believe you, Yasmin. That's so inappropriate. Why can't you just wish us a happy marriage? Our timing to get married is our choice. It just happens to be that our timing is now. It happened so naturally, especially because we've already been dating for so long. I mean, think about it, Yasmin. That means we didn't rush into it. We actually waited and thought about our decision before committing to this.
Well, if you really did think about your decision to get married, then you should think even harder about it now. I've told you countless times, my wedding isn't so far from now, but we still need time to make the big decision. So if you still decide to get married before me and continue on with your wedding, well, I'll be nice enough to warn you in advance. You will suffer the consequences. You don't know the lengths I'm willing to go to, Rebecca.
Yasmin, why are you being so threatening today? I can't believe you're acting so maliciously towards me. Can't you let me be? I'm living my own life and I'm not hurting anyone. I don't think I'm hurting you, especially. You should be happy for my marriage. Having my big sister be happy for me, to support me, is the thing I want the most right now. At least that's what I would do for you. Please, Yasmin.
You know what? Sure. I'll be happy for you and always support you. Only after you get married after my wedding. Let me get married first. That's all I want.
Why would you say that to me? I just want your kindness and understanding. My point is, delaying the timing for marriage to please somebody else, even if it's my older sister, is crazy. Marriage just doesn't work like that. It really isn't worth it. I understand that you're feeling anxious that I'm getting married before you, Yasmin, but I'm sorry. There's just no way I'm going to postpone my wedding. It's meant to happen.
Okay. I see what you're doing. You've chosen to go against me. Just know that if you don't change your mind, then whatever happens is on you. Don't come crying to me later. You'd deserve it.
Stop saying that, Yasmin. You're scaring me.
Your wedding day has finally come. I see that you're going to get married before me after all.
Yasmin, where are you? Where the hell did you disappear to? The wedding has already started, and yet I don't see you anywhere. What happened? Are you okay? Everyone's so worried about you. We guessed that you must have had some kind of emergency.
Oh, you shouldn't be worried about me.
Huh? Yasmin, what do you mean we shouldn't be worried about you? Is somebody else in trouble? What do you know about it?
You haven't noticed yet? Have you seen your wedding dress in the bridal suite? You saw that it was covered in raw eggs, right? So hilarious. That's what you get for continuing on with your wedding. A nice little gift from your older sister.
Huh? The wedding dress in my bridal suite? You know I'm already wearing my dress, right? I put it on a couple of hours ago to prepare for the wedding.
Huh? What do you mean?
I could say the same thing, Yasmin. I told you I'm already in my wedding dress and I'm all set, ready to go.
What the hell, Rebecca? If you're already wearing your dress, then whose wedding dress was in the bridal suite?
Oh my gosh, did you ruin somebody else's wedding dress?
No, that can't be.
That's terrible. It's just awful. What have you done, Yasmin? That bride's going to be in a panic when she finds her dress drenched in raw egg. Imagine the chaos. I just found out the bride is supposed to have her wedding at a different venue soon.
Oh no, this is serious now. Give me a second. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. If everyone finds out it was me, I'm going to be in serious trouble. I can't let that happen.
You better turn yourself in right now. Confess what you did to everyone. You've done something so incomprehensibly terrible. You've willingly stolen the happiness from someone on their big day. You've got to bear the consequences of your actions.
Huh? No way I'm going to do that. Not a chance. I can't do something like that. It's impossible. You know, I'm not in trouble yet. As long as I don't say anything and act natural, nobody would think that I did it. I still have a chance.
You're the worst, Yasmin. That is so low. I've really, truly lost faith in you. I didn't think you were this kind of person. I guess I really underestimated how evil you could be. I mean, I just processed the fact that I was the one whose wedding day was supposed to be ruined. Why did you have to go this far? What is wrong with you?
What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with me. You're the one to blame here. You know why all this happened? Because you chose to go on with your wedding. You, the younger sister, got married quicker than the older one. If you want somebody to pay the price so badly, then let it be you.
So it's come this far. Well, there really isn't anything that can save you. I'm going to tell everyone about everything you did.
Hey, no, Rebecca. Just wait a second. What are you going to say to them, huh? What did you plan? You're going to do the right thing and say that you're responsible for all of this, right?
And why do you think I would do that? It's my big day today. I feel like I'm at the peak of happiness. Why would I take that away by blaming myself for your actions? Even if I did take the blame for it, it wouldn't make any sense. The only time the incident could have taken place is before the wedding. At that time, I was being fitted into my dress and having my hair and makeup done. I have a solid alibi with many witnesses. How could a busy bride have been able to put raw eggs onto another bride's dress? And how would everyone believe me?
What then? Are you going to tell everyone that I did it? How could you betray your older sister? We've known each other for decades. If it's revealed that I was the one behind this, the bride and groom from the other wedding are going to despise me for the rest of their lives. Imagine what they'll do to me then.
I mean, didn't you at least think something like this would happen? Could you not guess that it would result in this as long as you went through with your plan? I'll remind you that the damage of the dress and the canceled wedding is going to cost you a great deal of money. You must have braced for those consequences beforehand, right?
No, I can't deal with those consequences. I didn't even think I would get caught. Just wait a minute. Please, Rebecca. I'll apologize for what I've done, so just please don't tell anyone.
Too late. I already told everyone about the awful things you've done today. On top of that, I screenshotted all these messages and sent them to our mom and the others. You'll be arrested and transported away anytime soon. Everyone will be glad you're gone from this place.
What? What the hell do you think you're doing, Rebecca?
It's been very chaotic at the other wedding. The guests are confused about why the wedding hasn't started yet. The family of the bride and groom are absolutely furious. The police were already called to the scene. Fortunately, they responded very quickly to our call. Brace yourself and face the consequences of your actions, Yasmin. You won't come out of this unscathed. It's your duty to pay for the cleaning fees for the dress, the cancellation fees for the wedding, and the compensation for the couple. Every penny.
Hi, Rebecca. I haven't seen you in so long. How are you doing? It's me, Hannah. You might not remember me, but I used to be your classmate.
Oh my gosh, Hannah? Oh, it's been so long since we spoke. What's up? Do you want to talk to me about something?
Yeah, I do actually. I heard you at your wedding the other day. Congratulations on your marriage, Rebecca. I'm very happy for you.
Oh yeah, oh thank you so much. I didn't know you knew about that. I'm surprised.
Yep, I came across some photos on social media. They reminded me that we haven't caught up in a while, so I was just wondering if you were doing all right.
Oh, I see, thanks. Speaking of my wedding, you also had one too, right? Your husband, he's the senior from our hometown, right?
Oh yeah, I did get married. I'm surprised you remember who he is. You could say we had a pretty speedy marriage. Compared to our other peers, we got married young. Looking back on the wedding, I feel like so much time has passed since then.
Yeah, I remember it happened a while back. Time flies, doesn't it? It's so nice that you two were able to be happily married. I'm delighted. How are you guys doing? Is your married life going nicely?
Yeah, about that. It's actually not going very smoothly. I mean, I thought our marriage was more than fine. You know, we were even blessed with children after our wedding. But apparently for my husband it wasn't. We've been going through a really rocky situation. I honestly don't know if our marriage can be saved.
Oh my gosh, really? I'm so sorry to hear that. You must be feeling so terrible right now. I understand how things may seem, but you can still have hope. When you continue to be married to someone, it's not like there's zero problems that arise now and then. I apologize for asking about something so insensitive, Hannah. I should have respected your privacy.
Oh, no, it wasn't insensitive. Please, don't worry. You know, it's good timing because I actually wanted to talk to you about that today. I mean, I guess it's more of a consultation, and I want your advice on it. We should talk about how we should proceed with this certain situation. I guess, ultimately, I want to ask for some of your cooperation.
Oh, okay. Could you explain a little further, please? What do you mean when you say you want me to cooperate? Cooperate with you on what?
It's okay, relax. There's no need to be on guard. I know you must be very confused about all of this. I will say, though, I might inconvenience you a little bit. But you should know that this is related to you too, Rebecca, not just me. So, while I ask for your cooperation, I also wanted to come out to you about something else. I don't think you know about this yet.
Huh? What is it? Please tell me. Don't be afraid to say it, okay? I'll cooperate as much as I can. As long as it's not something too difficult, I would love to be able to help you, Hannah. So please, tell me without hesitation. You don't have to be self-conscious about it at all.
Okay. Thank you so much for your reassurance, Rebecca. I'm just a little nervous because I haven't really talked about this to anyone yet. Well, the truth is, my husband, he,
Go on.
Rebecca? Wait, did you really bring her here too? Why on earth are you people at the hotel? Why did you come here? You didn't follow us here, did you? You stalkers.
That's actually correct. I thought you were too stupid to figure that out, but I guessed wrong.
What the hell? What's wrong with you guys? Stop fooling around. What do you think you're even doing?
Yasmin, I could say the exact same thing to you. What do you think you're doing with somebody else's husband? He's taken.
It's no big deal. Leave me alone. Plus, he doesn't have any work today, so it doesn't matter what we do or where we do it. We can do anything we want. We're just enjoying the holiday together. Where's the harm in that?
You're enjoying the holiday while spending the night at a hotel with somebody else's husband? That's definitely wrong. It's beyond suspicious at this point, Yasmin.
Even if it were, so what? The real question is, why does it even matter to you? Why the hell are you coming to the hotel and bringing his wife?
It's pretty strange, isn't it? That guy you're with right now isn't a stranger to me. Did you know that years ago we actually used to be classmates? His wife Hannah grew suspicious about her husband was acting. She thought it strange how he was hiding his phone from her and not coming home. So she was brave enough to come to me for advice. She thinks that the person her husband is cheating on her with is my older sister. You, Yasmin. The tangle of emotions that I felt when she told me that, you wouldn't understand it, would you?
What? So you're telling me that our affair was found out much earlier than this? How?
I don't think you've ever been in a serious relationship with anyone. You only ever date casually with people. But when you're seriously dating someone, when it isn't just some fling, you sense these things naturally, like a sixth sense. There's times when you think, that was a bit strange of him, something's off. Personally, I married my husband because my intuition didn't warn me about anything. I never had that with him. But in some cases, this happens after you marry someone, like with Hannah's case. I can't imagine the pain she's going through right now.
Let me get this straight. She guessed her husband was cheating on her, and so you guys came to this hotel? That means you crossed paths with us on purpose?
Well, yeah, we figured we should catch you in the act of committing the crime.
Oh no. Rebecca, he just found out you guys are outside, and he's so shocked. He doesn't know what to do. Don't you have any compassion for him?
There's no way you just said that. You're telling me he's the one that's shocked? That I should have compassion for a cheater and a homewrecker? Oh, don't make me laugh. Hannah is beyond shocked and hurt that this is all happening. Anyways, it's about time that you two will finish up your conversation and come back outside. I hope you guys can talk honestly with each other about the dreadful things you did. Don't be a coward.
Are you kidding me? Do you know how anxious we are just to be waiting here? You're all a part of this. You teamed up with the wife. It's your fault. I can't believe you would make things so difficult for me. I thought we were sisters, Rebecca. Did you ever even want me to be happy? You're awful if you don't.
Of course in the past I did, and I still want to be able to wish the best for you. But I just can't anymore, not after what you did on my wedding day. Did you already forget, Yasmin? You tried to rip apart my happiness piece by piece.
What does that have to do with anything? My revenge plot at your wedding is one thing, and this is another. Let's not mix things up. You eventually were able to get married and begin a life full of bliss and happiness, even after I tried to ruin it. So why don't you just leave me alone already?
I won't let things be, you know that. I remember you saying to me when we talked a bit before my wedding, you were talking about how things were going great with your boyfriend and you thought you'd be married really soon. So what are you even doing with a married man? Don't you have somebody else to focus on? Or, no way. Are you trying to steal Hannah's husband away from her? Is it him you were talking about all along? Are you actually trying to start a serious relationship with him?
Of course I am. That's what I was trying to do all this time. What are you going to do about it, huh? He's already promised me that he'll divorce his wife and get married to me. Isn't he so sweet? Plus, he's always tells me that I'm much more beautiful than his wife and that I'm exactly his type. She doesn't even come close to comparing to me. And that's why I told him I'll wait patiently until he breaks up with her. You know, he always meets me secretly when his wife isn't looking. He can't get enough of me. We get along so well. We have such a blast on all our dates. I think we're super compatible.
You are such an awful person. That's not something to be proud of at all. The husband isn't aware that he has a home to take care of and prioritize in the first place, while his wife's at home taking care of the kids without a break. He doesn't help out one bit. Instead, he's caught up with having fun. A man as irresponsible and selfish as he is, I would never be attracted to him in the slightest.
You don't get it. He has his captivating allure, but you just won't understand. Only I can see it. He's truly a nice and charming man to me. When we're together, he shows me what true happiness feels like. He showers me with it. The wife, on the other hand, just doesn't understand his charm. That's why him and I are meant for each other. We have to be together forever, not her.
Do you seriously believe that your petty logic is going to excuse your actions? You think and act so selfishly. Not to mention you're a criminal. Don't you know you're committing a full-blown crime?
It's not petty logic. The only reason he's even married to that woman is because they randomly met before we did. If he had met me back then instead, he would have made me his wife. And that's why right now he's envisioning a future with me and trying to make it come true. So you two better back off. Don't you dare mess up our relationship.
My God, Yasmin, please just wake up already. Any man who says, I'll divorce my wife, so just wait until the time comes for me to do it, doesn't mean that. They don't say it with sincerity at all. That's why he's putting the divorce off and making you wait. If they did, they would just divorce already and remarry you as quickly as possible. The fact that he's keeping your affair going for all this time? If he wanted to, he would. Men are honest with their actions, and some of them lie at their convenience. You're being tricked, Yasmin, can't you see?
There's no way that's true. You're the one that's lying here, Rebecca. Even divorce requires proper timing. It's just like what you said about marriage. That's why I'm waiting for the right timing to come to him.
What do you mean, timing? Why would he need the right time to sit down and tell his wife, we need to talk? If he doesn't even have the courage to do that, in the end, he's a man of poor character. If he really loves you and takes you seriously, wouldn't it be proper to hasten up and divorce his wife already?
You're not getting it, Rebecca. I mean, that's exactly why him and I are talking about this right now. His wife is obsessed with him. She's still madly in love with him, just as much as she was when she married him. That's why it's hard for him to bring up the topic of divorce with her. Now that I think about it, things will probably turn out perfect now. At first, I was shocked and furious that you two were here. But no, I'm honestly glad you are. This just made the divorce happen quicker. This way, I can finally be together with him freely, without any hindrances.
I don't know about that. A person like you who wishes misery onto people, I doubt they would end up happy themselves.
What did you just say to me? What do you know about our love? Quit pretending like you know everything about our relationship. There's certain things that only he and I understand. It just so happens that the person you fell in love with wasn't married to anyone. For me, I fell in love with someone who is married, so there's not much difference between you and I. True love will be bound together regardless of the timing.
You sound very confident about this, and I still doubt you. Well, I guess we'll know just how it's going to end up soon. Let's just wait and see.
We will wait and see. Keep your eyes open, Rebecca. When he walks back to his wife, they're going to talk about divorce for sure.
Sure. Looks like your boyfriend is insisting to his wife that they shouldn't get divorced. He's so desperate to try and convince her. How pitiful. I pity you as well. Things didn't go the way you wanted them to after all, Yasmin. How are you feeling about this, huh? What are your thoughts?
I can't believe this one bit. Am I hallucinating right now? Is this all just a nightmare? He's saying that our relationship was just a fling? That it was all just to mess around and have fun? How in the world did this happen? We loved each other so much. It felt so real. He kept telling me that he would really get divorced. I can't believe this. He lied to me.
I told you so. I'll say it again. If he really wanted to get divorced, he would have hurried up and gotten divorced. He wasn't willing to get a divorce, even if it meant he could marry you. In the end, he also has children with his wife, you know. He can't just walk away from them. Ugh, it is so demented how he's having fun with other women when he has a wife and children. In my personal opinion, I can't be attracted to a man like that in the slightest. He's a terrible husband and father.
It can't be. I really thought that he would marry me. He would always promise me marriage, that he would take care of me and look after me. We would daydream together on what it would be like on our wedding day. What is it with him? Telling me he doesn't want a divorce after all? He said what's most important to me is my wife and children, the family that I have now. How could he? Aren't I the most important person to him?
Of course those are the most important people to him. That's what marriage is for. Think about why he was able to have a fling with you in the first place. It's because his wife supports him and his livelihood. Not to mention she takes care of his children, too. If his wife is gone, his life would take a turn for the worse and he'd be miserable. He wouldn't have the energy to even flirt with other women.
But I can give him the support that he needs, too. I'm his girlfriend, after all.
How ironic is that? When a weak man has everything he could ask for, he takes it for granted. When it's slipping away from him, he realizes that his wife, his children, they mean the world to him. Children aren't something that can be taken care of by just leaving alone. They're a handful to nurture and care for. Every day, the husband can come home and be greeted by smiling, healthy children. He always saw that the children were okay without his help because his wife was taking such good care of him. That's why he didn't feel the need to come home and interact with them anymore. Instead of being a good father, he chose to mess around with other women. Only when he realizes that a happy marriage and a happy household can vanish at any moment does he realize how precious it actually is.
But he can have a life like that with me. It's just a matter of being married to me and having children. We can start a family together.
That's not going to work. He knows it wouldn't. He's aware that if you aren't able to replace his wife and the things she's able to do for him and their family, you're not enough to take on that role. That's exactly why he rejected you and not his wife.
That can't be. He doesn't know if I can be a better wife and mother than her because we just aren't married yet. It's just because he's known his wife for longer than he's known me.
He's probably already aware of that. Even though he knows that you might be a good wife and mother, he doesn't think enough of you that he's willing to throw away his family right now. You're not valuable enough for him to take on the risk and start a new life with you. I think that's what this all means.
That can't be true. Quit saying such things that dig into my wounds, Rebecca. You have no idea how much pain I'm in right now. This is agony for me. What am I supposed to do now? What's even left for me at this point? Now that the future I was envisioning with him is gone, what am I supposed to live for? How am I supposed to have hope for my life?
Yasmin, I don't have the right to tell you those things. You have to think and deal with it on your own. What's important here is you tore apart Hannah's heart and her entire household. All of it, just to satisfy your massive ego. You have to deal with your punishment. It's your duty. You never learned from your first mistake, did you? The way you think, the way you act, it's all truly selfish and it harms others. A handful of innocent children. That's who you dragged into this mess. You destroyed their family.
No, it's just because I believed in him. I believed in him when he said he loved me. He gave me a dream of starting a new, joyful life together.
This again. Yasmin, make sure to pay compensation to Hannah in full. Never think about stepping foot near her family again. Someone like you who can't wish for another person's happiness doesn't deserve to be happy at all. Our parents and I have talked, and we've decided to cut ties with you. Because you haven't seemed to learn your lesson. I'll tell you this. From here on out, get a taste of the misery you've inflicted onto others and suffer the consequences. After everything that happened, Hannah couldn't forgive her husband for his unfaithful behavior. She sacrificed so much for him, and it felt like a betrayal to her. As a result, she ended up divorcing him. Despite this, the ex-husband never chose to go back to dating Yasmin. In the end, Yasmin seemed to have lost everything in her life. Her family, the man she loved, everyone that used to stand by her side. Her attempts at making others unhappy in order to have her own happiness have failed. All I wish for her is that she goes through hell for this and suffers immensely. Maybe that way she could finally begin to lead a respectable life. That's my biggest hope for her.